Hey guys, it's Moonlighter back with another horror movie review, and today we're going to be looking at the movie called Dead Awake. This movie's from the creator of Final Destination, Jeffrey Riddick. It stars Jocelyn Donahue and Jesse Bradford from the movie Bring It On. So this movie has a set of twins in it, both played by Jocelyn Donahue. And it starts off focusing on the one, and she's a recovering drug addict who moves back home with her parents. And she begins experiencing sleep paralysis. So anyway, as the sleep paralysis intensifies, she ends up dying during one of her episodes. And this movie, for sleep paralysis, they just have like the creepy hag woman that keeps appearing in everybody's episodes. And the hag woman chokes them, gets on their chest and chokes them. And she ends up dying from it, and it's written off as she died from an asthma attack in her sleep. Okay, so after she dies, the other twin decides that she's gonna sleep in her sister's bed. And then she experiences sleep paralysis for the first time, and it includes this hag woman. And somehow, mysteriously, the twin that died's boyfriend, played by Jesse Bradford, he starts to experience sleep paralysis, and it also includes the hag woman. So this movie is about sleep paralysis, but it's mainly about this one particular old hag that wants to choke you. So after the sister and the boyfriend have these experiences, they look to a traditional doctor to help explain it, and then they move on to an untraditional doctor. And so the movie's basically about them trying to learn how to stop this from happening because they're in fear of dying as well.
Or how about when you wake up and you open your eyes but you can't move? It feels like something's holding you down. You know something's in the room with you. Something evil.
Now, there isn't much good to say about this movie. It does have a decent production value. There is no budget listed, but this isn't like a really low budget movie. You can just tell by like the quality. There was some money put into this. And the acting isn't bad in it, and I think it was casted pretty well. It's just the writing's not very interesting, and the dialogue's boring. And that's pretty much all I can say that's positive about this movie. For the bad stuff, I was a little disappointed to see that it was only about one thing in sleep paralysis. And I know like some people don't experience like anything like that when they have it, but there was no like shadow people. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities you could do. I mean, you could make some really scary and creepy experiences. And while the hag woman is, creepy, it just wasn't done in a way that was very scary. I think one of the cool things about making a movie about sleep paralysis is all the different experiences that could be had. I mean, there's endless possibilities that you could do, and they just chose to just focus on one thing and all the experiences you watch in the movie, they're all the same. It's just this hag woman crawling toward him and starting to choke him. So, I mean, that was really pretty boring. So this movie isn't scary. There's no gore in it at all, and there's no nudity. I think there was like a brief butt shot, but I think it was rated PG-13 if I had to guess. The F word was like used once, and they showed one of the twins' bottoms, but I mean, it doesn't say what it was rated. I didn't see, but it was an R. Okay, so my final thoughts on this movie is like, I don't know a whole lot about sleep paralysis. I did watch the documentary Nightmare on Netflix, and you know, those experiences the people talked about were really scary sounding, and I just feel like they could have done a lot more if they, wanted to. It was just really disappointing to see what they did with the actual experiences the people had in the movie. They're boring. And I listen to a lot of paranormal talk shows, and a lot of people call in or write in stories of experiences that sound like their sleep paralysis, and you just hear about all these different things, and I just kind of get the impression that this movie might be a little offensive to people that actually experience sleep paralysis, and I can't really suggest this movie to anyone. I'm gonna have to give it a 3 out of 10. It's really just an empty movie viewing experience. I mean, all around it was boring. It's supposed to be scary, and I didn't think it was at all. I mean, I had a hard time sitting through this movie. I think the only reason I was able to make it through the first half is because I was kind of tired and I didn't want to get off the couch. And then I stopped it when I was finally falling asleep, and then I just finished it when I woke up. But yeah, I didn't really want to watch this movie. Alright, you guys, that ought to do it, and I'll see you on the next review.